You have a huge advantage because all the area formulas are up here. If you're on this side of the classroom, sorry, but the area of triangle will always be right here. So if you ever forget, it's right up there. But whereas you gotta ask permission before you sharpen so everyone's ready. On the very top of your page, I want you to write this down. Circle it, star it, because this is what we're going to be using today. This is very, very important. And you need to make sure you have this, because if you don't, then this lesson is going to be a whole mess. Fish? What it is today is going to be, oh, why did I draw a 6? I'm going to delete it all. It's going to be base times the height divided by 2. Circle it, star it. This is the formula for an area of a triangle. Write it nice and big on top. Circle it, star it. Very, very important, because what you're going to be doing today, as soon as you see these triangles and you see this formula, you will be able to get the answer 100% of the time. Capiche? I'm sorry, Monte, can I borrow your math book? I forgot to grab mine. Thank you. All right. So, talking about areas of triangle, we got this nice, super nice formula, base times the height, and then you divide it in 2 for a confirmation question, and you get payments if you can answer this correctly. Why is it divided by 2? I gave a hint to it in my monologue earlier. When I said everything comes out to be a square. Antoine?
Is this even number?
It's not going to be an even number. That's not the reason why. That's a good guess, though. Kingston?
The base on 8 is 4?
No, because we don't even have I don't know where you got 4 from. We don't have any measurements on the board. All we have is base times height divided by 2. Why would it be divided by 2? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Asia?
There might be 3 sides.
Well, in some cases, but not in this homework. Reese? Not everything. Have you ever tried to divide 1 by 2? You get 0.5. That's, decimals. You don't want decimals. Destiny, last one? Not because it's base times height. Because, boys and girls, every single triangle is half of a square. See how that works? You cut a square in half, you get 2 triangles. That's why you divide it by 2, because it's not going to be the full area of a square, but all of these formulas really have to deal with squares. And since triangle's half of a square, say it with me, class, triangle's half of a square, you divide it by 2. Fish? All right. Example 1, and if I'm looking at Monte's book, exactly correct. You have 2 examples for today. So fairly quick. So you have a triangle like this in example 1. You have 4 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and 5 centimeters. The formula, again, is base times the height divided by 2. First of all, we got to figure out what numbers we're using. Because we got 3 numbers up there, but only a base and a height. Starting off with the easy one, the base. What is the base? Jonathan? Right, because it's the bottom. It's what the triangle would sit on. So 8 is going to be the base. Make sure you get these words in there as well in your notes, because everything I draw on the board, right on the board, will be looked at during during your test. By the way, your test will be next week, Wednesday. We'll have a practice test Tuesday, actual test Wednesday, and then if you guys are good and act behaving and show me that you are scholars, then Thursday we'll have a small activity which will give you no homework. So you'll have no homework over break. But if you acting up and I think you guys need a little bit more practice, I will give you homework over break. Beesh?
Five.
All right, height. Where's the height? We have 8 taken care of. We have 4 and 5. Which one's the height? Mari? It's not the 5. Because the 5 is slanted. If it's at a slant, it's not the height. Because the height, when I talk about your height, I'm not talking about your height slanted, hunched over, slanted. I'm talking about your height being straight up and down. So which one's straight up and down, Naraya? Right, so 4 would be your height. Okay. So we got the base, we have the height. Let's put them into our formula. Base times height divided by 2. So parentheses 8, please control the yawning. You're going to make me yawn, and then it's going to make everybody else yawn. And then we have a whole yawning fest. Now we plug them in. Remember, reasons why I did it in parentheses. What does that mean when there are parentheses like that? Are you adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? London. No. When they're in parentheses like that, right next to each other. London. Right. You're multiplying because a parenthesis is saying this group, whatever the function is, and this group. So it's a group of 8 and a group of 4, which means you have to multiply. If it was 8 plus 4, that's a different. I can't think of the terms off the top of my head because I'm focused on that. All right. First of all, what is 8 times 4? Reese? What's your question?
I have a question about the you know how why so every single problem we get the bottom one is base and the left is going to be height.
Yes, whatever is going straight up and down, and whatever it would sit on. So, and there's I'm going to show you a different example because if I believe right, example 2, we'll practice one where you might get confused. Anyway, 8 times 4 is Miera? 32. I'm going to write it up here. So we have 32 divided by 2. Because remember, we got cut it in half. We found the area of a square. So now we need to cut it in half. What is 32 divided by 2? Kingston? What is it? Correct. Now, do we leave it at 16 though? We gotta have a label because because you've been seeing my homework. I get back to you. I circle the areas where you need a label. What would the label be for 16? Marquise?
Height?
No, height is a word, not the measurement. Jonathan? Centimeters, but that's not all. Remember, we're dealing with area. So we're talking about like all the little squares inside this room. So you have to use centimeters. Destiny? Centimeters squared. You can write the word square centimeters. You can write SQ centimeters, or you can write centimeters with a little 2 on top. I like the little 2 on top. I think it's cute. Any questions? Antoine?
How did you do? So did you add 4 plus 5?
No, 5 is nothing.
So you just multiply.
4 times 8.
How did you do 8?
Because 8 is at the bottom. Nope. So everything in black is what the book says. That's the problem they give you. Everything in red that's circled is the things we're using and not using. Blue is the function, so the actual process of multiplying and dividing. And then purple is the answer. Capiche? Got it in your notes? One more. Okay. Do. So purple will be the triangle. 4 meters by 3 meters. Oh, this is a right triangle, by the way. By 5 meters. Everything in red will be what we use and what we don't use. So, Oh, I'm sorry. I just totally forgot. What's the formula again?
BH2.
Class, do you think you can say it at the same time? Use the words base and height. Let's see if you can do it. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so I'm mostly right. Base times height divided by 2. Okay, what's the base? Which one's the base? Noah. Right. And boys and girls, I'm going to say for triangles like this would be your base. But to be honest, you can interchange them. What would be the height? Guys, you know, property of association, you can switch around multiplication numbers and multiplication problem and get the same answer because anything. What's the height? Jordan? 3. And then what's 5? Mariah? Nothing. It's ugly. Don't look at it. Just get rid of it. No, it's nothing. Don't look at it. Now we have to fill in the equation. Everything in blue is the function. So the process, the solving, the simplifying. 4 times 3 divided by 2. What do we get? And I'm looking for the whole answer. London H. I'm sorry, London Henderson. There's too many Londons. London Henderson.
Wow. 4 times 3.
Okay, and
then divided by 2.
12 divided by 2 is?
6.
Correct. 6. McKenna, what though? What's the symbol, the label? Perez, how many times do I have to tell you, but that's not yours. Stop leaning on the Chrome card. Hold on. McKenna, what's the label? Okay, meters. Meters what though? Because we're dealing with area. If you don't have this, it will be wrong. There's a big difference between 6 meters and 6 meters blank. Mari? Square. Okay, any questions? Kingston.
So, because one side is slanted.
What? Someone tapped their pencil. I couldn't hear you.
So because one side is slanted, you can't use that.
Right, because it's slanted. It's not the base, and it's not the height. Now, one more, because you're going to get one of these on your exit ticket. Perez, man. Because the next step is calling your mother and telling you got detention. So I need you to really sit there focused. You're going to have to wait because I have to talk to them. If it's a temptation, can you please move over a couple X's? Because I'd rather you not get a detention. I want you to get on to your next class. All right, this will be on your exit ticket, a problem like this. So you do need to know how to do it. Oh, no. Need it more slanted, like that, okay? But it's not just this. It gives you goes like this, do. With a 90 degrees, this is 6 centimeters. This is 5 centimeters. Okay? So the blue is the actual triangle, but then the book and the problem has that little etch mark on the end. Okay? Base times height. What is the base? Asia. Right. What's the height? Kingston? Right. This one's easy because it gives you both, but just remind you, boys and girls, even if they draw that line going out from it, that line going straight up and down is the height. Capiche? Okay. Then answer, Antoine.
5.
5 what?
5.
Well, you got 5 times 6
30.
divided by 2. Go purple. What is it? McKenna? 30 is the top part. Now divided by 2. Come on, Tay. 15. What though? Big, big, big deal for me. Right, Antoine? Antoine. Are you awake? Okay, good. Calling out like the same people. Jonathan? Yes. Any questions?